brand new ace bolt and screw location. We're pleased to welcome now the mayor of Gluckstadt, Walter Morrison. Mayor, good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Yes, sir. Thanks for asking me. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so this is a big day. Just another great business that's opening up here in Gluckstadt. One only has to drive around the area to see what was once just virgin land, now a lot of industrial growth and new businesses, brand spanking new and really well done. I mean, the community of Gluckstadt is really shining through here, Mayor. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate that. A lot of people have worked really hard for it. And, you know, if you had gone away 15 years ago only to return here this year, you would not believe the changes that have happened in this small community. There, where we sit now, we're just cornfields and cotton fields not long ago, and now look at the investment people have made in this community. It's really hard to believe.
It's incredible, no doubt. And it's my understanding, it helps understand this, that you've got a number of new business applications on the table. I mean, businesses looking to establish a place here, a location here in Gluckstadt, new businesses, or like this organization, just a new branch, if you will, of an existing business.
Oh, yes, it is a daily thing. We've been very, very blessed. Our planning and zoning and our building department are constantly working with new people who want to come in and invest. I meet very frequently with people who want to build new businesses, and so it's been a really great thing, but it's also been difficult to sort of keep your finger on, and our board's been very insistent upon trying to do it reasonably and in a good way.
So tell us the history. When was the city actually incorporated? When it become its own incorporated city with a government set up and so forth?
Yeah, it was started in June of 2021. So in June of 2025, it will be officially 4 years old.
Wow. Literally seems like yesterday when there was a lot of support for doing that, and there were a lot of people that live in the community that were active in trying to make that happen, and it's been 4 years already. That's incredible.
I love telling the story because, you know, for a lot of years, what is known as the Gluckstadt Incorporators had really fought hard to become a city, and the Mississippi Supreme Court hands down a decision affirming the formation of the city in June of 2021, and I will never forget hanging up the phone going, well, you've asked for this for a long time. Now you're a city. Now what are you going to do?
What?
And it was quite an adventure. You know, we didn't have a phone, an office, a place to meet. We didn't have a bank account. It didn't matter. We didn't have any money to put in a bank account. We had no employees. We had no computers. So we've come a long way in 4 years.
What's the attraction to what do you attribute this really meteoric growth in a short period of time?
Well, you know, I think that the people who thought it's so important to incorporate this community were motivated by a sense of this is their heritage. You know, the German people who came here 100 years ago, some of them are still here. Some of their families are still here. The way of life, I think people wanted to protect that identity. And, you know, we sit right here and we're looking at Germantown High School.
Yeah.
And I knew when Germantown High School was built that it would be a centerpiece to the community. I've said repeatedly what people want is a good place to live. They want a safe place to raise their families, a good place to send their children to school, and they want a good place where they can do business. Mm-hmm. And the city of Gluckstadt has all of that. The school system is wonderful. It gives the community a sense of pride. As a city, you know, we've come in and we've made public safety an absolute priority, and we've got a safe city. And then now we have helped facilitate a lot of businesses who want to come in here and do business. And so I think it's just a perfect storm.
Everything is new. That's what I like about it. You drive around the area, everything is brand spanking new, and it just shows that people, I think, are committed to really making this a sound community, as you say, where people want to live. And you're not far from world-class health care is down the road, really, really close as well. The other thing I noticed, Mayor, I want to point out, and I do think this is a big part of what attracts people to a community, is the police department is visible. I mean, you see the vehicles out and the police officers out. And so it just gives you more comfort when you see them in the community, on the road, out and about, just making sure everything's going smooth.
I tell our guys and ladies all the time that I am as proud of them when I see them helping a stranded motorist on the side of the interstate as I am when, as a couple of nights ago, they apprehended somebody who had committed a crime, stolen a vehicle in another state, but they came through Gluckstadt and we were able to apprehend them. And we've taken a lot of bad guys off the street, and that's certainly them doing their job. But they are a great group of people. Chief Hale has done a fantastic job. His officers love him and respect him, and I'm proud of that whole department.
Yeah, do a fantastic job. There's no doubt about it. But, by the way, though I'm a resident of Ridgeland, both of my adult children live in the community as well. So,
well, that's great. We're glad to have them.
It truly is awesome. So we got up the road not too far, we've got this massive AWS project coming in. That's going to have a huge impact on this area as well.
I think it's already having an impact. You know, we're here at Ace Bolt and Screw, and they're telling me this morning that they have a huge amount of business that they're getting from this project up there. Contractors who are working up there come here and buy supplies and tools and things. And so, yeah, you know, we're close by, and it's going to take a lot of years to build that project up there. So we definitely hope to reap some of the benefits.
And speaking of Ace Bolt and Screw, great company, great Mississippi group, locations around the state, and them making the decision to come here and build this beautiful facility. That's a big deal. It attracts lots of traffic into the area because, as you say, the contractors and with all the new construction going on, a lot of activity there. They're driving through the area, coming to this place. You know, they're spending money in the shops and the convenience stores and the restaurants as well.
That's right. We're very thankful. Every time I do one of these ribbon cuttings and see a new business coming, I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude and so appreciative of them doing that, because they could choose anywhere they want to do this, and for them to come in our community says a lot.
Yeah, it absolutely does. Anything in particular you'd like to see our legislature do pertaining to operating a municipality? What do you think? Well,
everybody, I think, is a little concerned, certainly at the municipal level right now, about the budgeting process, and I don't think it needs to be said that there's a lot of stress and concern because the legislature adjourned this session without a budget.
Mm-hmm.
And those things trickle down. You know, we have a request at the legislature now for some funds to help us fund some of our road projects. And if you drive through Gluckstadt, that's the single biggest issue that we face right now, is just the traffic is crushing, and we're seeking to try to remedy that situation. But those things take a lot of time and they take a lot of money, and we've been very fortunate that we've gotten a lot of help from the legislature. So, from that perspective, I really would hope that they would get back there and iron out a budget, and that's not only for me, obviously, but there are a lot of people throughout the whole state concerned about that, and I trust that they will. I mean, I think there's good leadership there, and hopefully they can put whatever differences they have aside and get that done. And they're also, I think, attempting to address the PERS situation. That is a huge issue for a municipality like ours.
Mm-hmm. What was your motivation, Mayor, to run for mayor and seek the office?
I missed the meeting and was persuaded.
That's what happens.
No, I came to Mississippi 30-plus years ago to go to law school and thought that I would return to my home state of Louisiana, and here I am now over 30 years later, and I've had a really great legal career. I've been blessed and helped by so many people that at some point in time, despite the fact that I really didn't want to do it, and I thought that I wasn't one of those people, it finally dawned on me, you owe a debt of gratitude to a lot of people, and you're being selfish for not agreeing to help. And so, I think finally I had a moment of, you owe this to the community. A lot of people helped you. And so that's why I did it the first 4 years. And very candidly with you, I thought I would do 4 years and that would be my service and I would walk away. And so many people came up to me and said, keep doing it. Can you do it, another term? And I agreed to do it, and I'm very, very fortunate to get to serve another 4-year term. So I'm paying back a debt, but I probably won't ever pay it off.
Mayor, appreciate you coming on. The mayor of Gluckstadt, Walter Morrison. Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
We're stepping aside for a break. We're at Ace Bolt and Screw in Gluckstadt, Mississippi. Stay with us.